Hello.
Hello, is this Mark?
What's this?
Hi Mark, this is Dror. I'm the owner and landlord at 3513 Jean Lane in Hullum City.
Yes, sir.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm so sad to hear about it, the news. Manny just called me and said that John has passed away in the house. Is that correct, Mark?
Yes, sir. I got a call from the detectives down there in Haltom. It must have been January 21st or 22nd, and they told me that his employer had called and asked for a welfare check because he hadn't showed up to work for a couple days. So the cops went over there and I think they broke in the back door, and I guess my brother he was deceased in the bed.
Wow, this is shocking. I mean, this is so sad. Wow.
Yeah, it was a hard deal. I was down there, it was right during the big ice storm that they had in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yeah, I remember. That was a couple of weeks ago.
Right, so I was trying to fly down there right then, and it took me all week before I could get down there. I live up in Utah, and I cleaned the place out as best I could. There's still some garbage bags and stuff, but I apologize. I had limited time.
Oh yeah, I was just notified today by Mandy, so I didn't even know. I mean, I don't even know what's the status and the situation. You probably know better than me. I mean, so let me ask you.
I locked the place up as best I could, and I left all the keys and everything on the counter there. Obviously, the damage deposit is going to be used for the back door and for cleanup. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's yeah, for sure. That's gonna be used for that. I mean, I'm so sorry for that. I mean,
I really appreciate that. It's been a real shock. It's been a hard deal for us.
He was not old. He was like my age, I think, right? What is he?
56.
Oh, 56. So how did he pass away? I mean, do you know anything? The detective told you or something?
Well, they had him at the medical examiner, and I don't know if they did an autopsy or not, but they did an examination, and they have told me, and the detective told me this too, that it'll be months or who knows how long before I get any report.
Oh.
So.
But who found? Oh yeah, the police found it just lying in the bed. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, with his dog laying next to him, and.
Oh man, he had a dog. Shit, wow.
Yeah, I know. I have his dog here. That's a whole other story.
Oh, you got the dog, so that's yeah, reassuring.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that they had the dog at the pound at the shelter when I got there, and I had a bunch of my brother's stuff at the police station, and evidence, whatever. But they said that there was no sign of foul play, and I didn't see any sign of foul play either.
Oh.
So my brother had paid bills, and he had just gotten his car worked on 2 days before. He spent a couple grand on his car, so there was.
I got you.
There was dog food and stuff, and he had all his medications there. So to me, it looked like, I don't know, maybe he had a cardiac arrest, or I don't know what happened.
It sounds like it. It sounds like cardiac. Did he get, I mean, not that I'm, it's not my business, but I'm just curious because that's something we see also on 50 plus men that they got vaccinated, for the COVID.
I don't know, to be honest, if he had been vaccinated. That's a good question. I hadn't really thought of that, because I have a couple friends who have had trouble with their heart from that vaccination.
Yeah, we see like guys that do sports and stuff like running and or like hard working normal men, and that just dropping right next to their fourth or fifth jab, and
wow.
I'm just
I got the original one, but I wouldn't mess with that anymore.
No, you shouldn't. In my opinion, you shouldn't, by the way.
I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if he had it or not, to be honest with you. That's an excellent question.
Well, it's it's maybe a good question. Maybe he got it recently or something. That would be, I don't know if they'll tell you, but maybe he got it recently, like the force or something. That's so sad. That's tragic.
He wasn't in great shape. He'd been a smoker his whole life, and he drank, and he wasn't in excellent condition. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, I got it. Well, you don't just drop from drinking or stuff like that. But yeah, whatever.
No, I was shocked. He's young. I mean, he's only 5 years older than me, so it's making me nervous.
That's tragic. So listen, Mark, so what do you, and what's the status on the house? Just, out of curiosity, you did some cleanup. Thank you so much for that, by the way. And
yeah, I cleaned it. I got most of it, I got all of his stuff, and
so I can haul off whatever left over there. You want to take something else? That's what I'm asking.
No, I don't need any. The rest of it is garbage as far as I'm concerned. And I didn't have time. I had a cube van and I had a car with a car trailer for his car, so I didn't have time to take the garbage bags out of there.
Okay.
So there's some around on the back porch, and I think I got most everything else out of there.
Furniture, belongings, personal belongings, stuff like that.
Yeah, everything else is there. Needs to go in the garbage.
Okay.
But I think I got most of it. I got probably 95% or 97% of it. So.
Well, I'm asking if that's okay, if I'll go ahead and get a crew to get in there and haul off what's left in it and get it cleaned up. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, and the cops had forced their way in the back door, so the door frame needs to be repaired.
But we got the deposit. We can cover it. If nothing else got damaged, a lot, so that should cover it. So that'll be in the cleanup. I mean,
My only other concern was it looks like on the lease he was paid up through June or July. It looked like he paid 6 months.
Yeah, he paid up front until March 14.
March?
Yeah, that's his lease. That's what I have. March 14.
Okay.
By the way, as a matter of fact, the funny, tragic thing that I just put on my whiteboard to reach out to Manny in order to reach out to John, because he's not answering my calls on the past couple of days because he needs to renew his lease. I thought reaching out, so I texted John and I emailed him and also texted him through Hemline. That's the portal, the tenants portal. And once he didn't respond, I just wrote down yesterday on my whiteboard to reach out to call Manny and maybe knock on the door and see what's what. That because the lease is ending on March 14, and then Manny called today, and like 13 minutes ago, and got me the news.
Yeah, I had called, I guess it was President's Day, so a week ago. I didn't realize it was a holiday when I left a message with him last time, so I tried again today and got a hold of him, or he called back.
Yeah. Okay.
I was trying to, I've got the lease here, I don't see, it says, to where it says that March. I thought it said June or July or something.
I think he got in June, but he signed the lease for a 6 month lease. It's not a full year. Maybe that's the thing you're missing out. Yeah, there is contract.
Yeah, I must have more paperwork here because I'm not seeing it.
There you go. Term on paragraph 3. I just got it's just open because I left it open when I thought about it a couple of days ago. So it's John called him. And it's commencement date, that's when he moved in. That was September 14, expiration date March 14, 2023. So that's like in 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought there was more. I thought there was like 3 or 4 months, so I was going to see about getting some of that rent back, but... Looks like it's only a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks from now, and yeah. We might have been able to do that maybe if it was like I was notified like by the end of February, we might be able to do that. Now, no, it's impossible to do something, and it's 2 weeks out, right? I mean.
Yeah, you mean the end of January?
Yeah, exactly. End of January.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I was dealing with a lot of shit, so I didn't get a hold of you until now. So.
Oh, that's okay. Well, it's tragic anyway. Thought to tell you, my condolences, of course. Hopefully, we'll not hear bad news anymore on those kind of things.
Alright, well, the keys, I left all the keys and everything on the kitchen counter there, and you've got my number if there's anything else.
Sure, yeah, and you got mine, so if you need something, just reach out.
Okay.
Thanks, Mark, for this conversation, and
okay.
Good news, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hey, James.
Hey.
Sorry I missed your call. Something went wrong. I couldn't answer the phone. I don't know why. How are you? How's it going?
What? Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good myself. How are you?
Doing all right. So what you got?
Listen, man, I got news. Weird news, right? I got a call from the listing agent that brought in the tenant in Gene Lane, right? And he said, Manny, his name is Manny, the agent, and he said, well, you know what, Dror, I have bad news for you. The tenant's brother named Mark just called him and say, hey, John, the tenant, has passed away in the house.
Oh.
Yep. This was a very tragic moment for me, as you probably understand.
Yeah.
This,
yeah. How old was he?
so that's the thing. He's not old. James,
Oh my goodness.
He's like 52 or something, I guess.
Yeah, that's not old at all. But you don't know anything about his health condition or anything like that. So, yeah, surprised.
I was shocked. I mean, Manny didn't know what to say about it, but I surely just reached out Mark, his John's brother, and he said,
Yeah.
well, yeah, he was like, I think he said 56. It doesn't matter. He's not old, right? I mean, that's the case.
That's not old at all. What a thing. That's sad.
And he
That's
just
really
passed
sad.
away in bed. He was his employee or something needed a wealth care check, and and he said, well, John didn't get to work for a couple of days, and then they got the police knock on the door. Of course, nobody answered. Then they broke down the back door, got inside, and saw him lying in bed with his dog beside him. Yeah. Wow.
Unbelievable. Yeah, that's
Unbelievable.
yeah. All right. Well.
So that's the thing. That's the I mean, God. I mean, you don't know anything, right? I mean, this is like.
Yeah, I me's you're just waking up and everybody's fine, and
Exactly.
everybody's just living, and everybody's fine. All of a sudden, bam! Since February we've had two, so
Really?
it's just February and August, and close together, and it just sucks. And it just
And his dog was beside him, so they took him to a shelter or something. So this Mark, he's living in Utah, and he couldn't fly in till a couple of days later or something. And then he got in, and Mark said he's emptied the house from furniture and personal belongings and stuff like that. And he said he did what he could regarding the back door. that was broken down by the police, and the police said it's not a probability of being done like a foul play or something like that. He just died in bed.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So So in our situation right now is, by the way, his lease was going to end in 2 weeks. And this is a tragic, funny thing, because I put down on my whiteboard to reach out to Manny or to you, maybe, if you could drop by, because the tenant is not responding to my texts and calls because he needed to renew the lease in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I put it on my whiteboard to reach out Manny, and then Manny calls, and I figured maybe he got the date or something. He remembered,
sure.
Yeah, the lease was supposed to be renewed or something, so he called, and then he said no. The guy just died in there, and that's so sad. I mean, so anyway, our situation is that Mark had been there and emptied the house, allegedly, that's what he says, and he forgot, he forgot to take the garbage can and empty the garbage can on the back side of the house on the porch outside. Okay. And the back door itself, the exterior door, is broken down, so that must be replaced or reinstalled or whatever you think. Mm-hmm. And it needs like a walkthrough inspection on your end to see if anything else needs something in order to get a new tenant move in. I mean, that's,
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, let me look at the schedule and stuff and figure out. Yeah. I got the hem lane, and I thought that might have been the Dennison house, but it's not. But yeah, let me try to. Because I know you'll have to. Yeah, get that rented out again.
Oh yeah, and the keys for the front door. Mark said he put them in the kitchen. I think on the countertops. So, after everything, it will need probably a lockbox also on the front door. Yeah, to get it locked and get it ready to show for the listing agent, sadly.
Okay, I'll have access, right? I mean, the back door is busted?
Yeah, the back door is busted, but supposedly the front door is fine and locked, I guess. Yeah. Okay,
yeah, as long as I have access to it.
Yeah. It's, he probably just leaned it over the rail or something. I mean, I guess that's what he said. I mean, he did his best. So he told. So that's probably not going to be locked in any kind of way. You could probably get in. So yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let me get to it as soon as I can here. I mean, I'll have to finagle something for tomorrow, the next day. I'll have to cancel something. So, okay, let me just look at it. We'll get up there, as soon as we can. So
sure, yeah. Just keep me posted on when you're gonna drop by and drive by out there, and maybe take some pictures. I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to be fine, but it's probably gonna need a clean out to get it. I mean, whatever. So just call me, reach out, and keep me posted.